Hey, what's up? We're live. Hold on. Let me do this. We're gonna
Take two.
get that intro in there.
Oh, you
Oh
made
yeah, we're live.
you made an intro.
No, that's the one we always play. It's the one I always play. The one with no music, because we can't show any music anymore
Yeah,
because of YouTube. Only because of these great, like I don't know, these musicians are little douchebags about it.
I thought we had like library free,
I did.
and they still flag that.
Everything I've used has been royalty free. Yeah, no, I think they would just want credit for it or something. I don't know.
Oh,
These artists wanting their credit. Sounds like bullshit to me.
we got a clip for that.
Sure about that? Do I have a clip for that?
Bullshit artist.
Yes, we got the thumbnail going on here. Got Big Tits McGee over here on the left.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong with that.
That meme has kind of gone out of circulation. I wonder if it was getting like flagged or something.
Oh, the Kevin James thing? I'm talking about Sydney Sweeney.
Oh well,
Both, I guess, right? Yeah.
I would. Yeah,
We're pushing the trans
always,
agenda
but,
with Kevin
I
James.
wonder if they reverse roles. They might have made a little bit more money. You know.
It could have, man. You might be right on that. You might be right.
I mean, does Dakota Johnson really have like a big draw or like fan base? She did those Grey's Anatomy, whatever torture porn movies, and
I think that's her draw. I think that's it. Because they released Madam Web.
I'm sure she's done some rom-coms. You know, you gotta always throw those in. But
I mean, I know her from Suspiria, where she was like okay in.
Oh yeah,
that movie's okay. But that's like all I really know of her from. That's not popular.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't seem like a big seller. That's more like art house.
Art house
fanboys
douche.
and people who remember Dario Argento.
Yeah, or want to, yeah. Yeah, but they put that movie out during Valentine's Day, so I think they think she has some kind of pull with women, the Madam Web thing.
Yeah,
they released it on there for a reason. 6-day weekend, by the way.
It's not like Valentine's Day is for like romantic movies. That's a superhero movie.
Yeah, there actually really wasn't a romantic movie in the box office during Valentine's Day. The thing that won the box office. There wasn't. I looked it up. They released the Sydney Sweeney little slut thing.
Yeah,
the himbo. They re-released it for that weekend. Anything But You? Is that what it is? Or something like that?
I think so. Yeah. Well, I think
I'm wrong.
I mean, I've only seen the clips from Reddit, but I'm sure it's a great piece of cinema.
Okay, it is Anyone But You. Yeah. They re-released it, even though it kind of left theaters. Put it back in.
Actually, I saw this other clip on like I don't know.
That didn't win.
Or something where he like made her food and it was really hot, and he started breathing into her mouth to cool it down. I was like, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, that's it's a weird idea.
I don't know. It's not like sensual or sexy to me. It's just kind of like off-putting.
But the Bob Marley movie is what won out with the white people in the weekend this week. That was the biggest Valentine's Day weekend.
Oh my god, that movie's making money?
No, not really. No.
Oh, no. So everything's just bombing.
I mean, Madam Web is like I mean, it's funny. We were like making fun of the Flash and Blue Beetle and like, yeah, this box office.
It's worse than Blue Beetle.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna nearly make anything Blue Beetle made. Like not even close.
Wow.
It's like really bad. Like
now I'm getting
really bad.
Than Morbius comparisons.
Yeah, it seems to be similar.
That's
but, all right,
man. Like
yeah. Well, and Dakota. Well, I'll get into it a little bit later. But let's go to
this doesn't keep Sydney Sweeney from getting more parts.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so at all. I think this was like
films, like we could bring back. Maybe she could be in The Artist too.
No, I think this was like the only reason she was in it was trying to salvage this movie, and especially like having her dress up like this on the fucking box office was just like, let's try to fucking salvage anything we can have with her. But I got breaking news, man.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen like a lot of Damage Control where they're trying to like sex them all up and walk them out, but it's like you made this movie for young girl women, you know. All the guys have already been alienated, so it's too little, too late.
Exactly. And by the way, I got some breaking news. This is breaking news. A little tinker. Star Wars Rey movie costume screen test. It's come in. I had to like, you know, show up for this. I had to kind of, you know, inch my way into some people I know, some contacts to kind of get this. But I have some costume test photos that we can go through here. And here you go. The next Star Wars movie is going to be, this is not a joke either, Lovitz. This is all serious. This is highly serious. Nothing's about a joke here. This is going to be the most historic Star Wars franchise ever.
Well, yeah, this next Rey saga had a female lead, right? Which is
it's the first time we're ever going to get that. Second time we're going to ever have that.
2 movies with this bitch.
Sure.
So,
I mean, forget about Princess Leia. Forget about Mon Mothma. Well, everyone forgot about Mon Mothma, right? Do you even know who Mon Mothma is?
Is it that orange motherfucker with the goggles?
No. Nope. She's in the original series. But here you go. Look at this. I got this official document. You could even say how official it is. It says, do not share with anyone. That's how you know it's official.
Okay.
So here's some costumes. We've
gotten this source before. Didn't they like have...
We've gotten a source from this before. We got an X-Men source before with this. But here we go. I'm going to go through some of these screen tests. I mean, some of these are experimental, so keep that in mind. So here we go. We got a Chewbacca with like a little bit of like a cardboard paper kind of
Chewbacca with tits.
Look. Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, a different kind of look to Chewbacca. Afraid kind of look. I mean, this might be a little bit, you know, like how they do the 2D animation, like a Borderlands. This is like a Borderlands type look, you know.
Did you ever see that Jinx cosplay where it's just like, this is like blackface with
these aren't cosplay. These are screen tests.
Tits.
This is Star Wars screen test. So here we go. This is a different take on Darth Vader. It's a little bit more of a. This is like kind of a little bit more of like a sexy take going on here.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Here we got Jabba
the Hutt. Hold on.
Like
you can walk around Comic-Con and shit like that. They're cool.
I think that was taken in that guy's backyard, and that was where it stayed.
Okay.
This is kind of a cool. This is like a what is it? This is like a Jim Henson type look here. It's like a Jim Henson type look here. Here we go. We got
It's actually not that bad. It's just like Jabba the Hutt is not that thin.
Yeah, we got some concept art here with C-3PO. Pretty cool.
Did you ever see the card that exists? Well, I think it's like the Wonder Bread series where C-3PO has a giant gold penis.
Yeah, that's a big card.
It sells for a lot of money because obviously they pulled it once they realized what was going on. So it's not circulated very hard.
Yeah, and there's a Wonder Bread He-Man action figure that is a big deal too, because it's a Wonder it's He-Man without the blonde hair and it's brown hair. It's a big thing. That's another really expensive toy too. But yeah, this is a great test here. You get some Darth Vader, you get some C-3PO. This might be a young Anakin test. This might be an Anakin test going on here. I don't know what they're trying to do there. Here's another take at Chewbacca, kind of more of like a fuzzier take, and sort of like a Mushroom Kingdom type Mario Jabba the Hutt going on here, which could be cool. This could be cool once you put this on, you know, screen. You have it lit well. You get those orange eyes. That could be pretty cool. And here you go. We got an Ewok. We have Darth Vader, and we have George Lucas on the right there. So that's a George Lucas cosplay just on the right there. Patches. That's his nickname, I think. Patches for George Lucas. There we go. Okay, now here we go. We got another little take on Jabba the Hutt in a costume, and then Mon Mothma right here on the left. That's got to be a Mon Mothma take. You know, she was the Rebel Alliance captain. You know, when they in the first movie when they try to explain.
What are you talking about, the barista?
Oh, that's Mon Mothma. I think that's Mon Mothma. I think it's a little take on that.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Well, in New Hope, well, I guess it's. I know it as New Hope because I'm not from like the 70s, but I guess it's called Star Wars, the original one. There was a scene where they explained to all the like the rebel fighter jet people that here's the weakness, and it's a woman. You know, and that woman is Mon Mothma. It's a very limited crew.
This was like that little hole that Luke shoots the laser in.
Yeah, she does remember there's like a diagram scene where she explains it to them. There's like a woman explaining it to them. You might not even remember it, but that's like the only other woman in original Star Wars, really. Big cockfest for sure. Here we go. We get this is a TIE fighter concept here.
Have you have you heard of the term mansplaining? And have you ever been accused of it?
Oh yeah.
Really? Somebody said you were mansplaining to them?
I'm quite the mansplainer. Yes.
I've never had that happen.
But I might be a mansplainer.
I probably have mansplained before because
I think I'm oblivious to it.
People were like, they bullshitted like on their interview saying they knew Excel, and then I had to tell them like how to unhide a column, which is some pretty basic shit,
Yeah, you mansplained Excel. Yeah.
Yeah, and I made sure while I was doing it, my legs were as far apart as I could get them.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you got to do it. Here you go. Here's a TIE fighter concept. All right, here we go. We got a take on Chewbacca, which is kind of like a bearded take, with this nice round face C-3PO, which I think would be really cool. It's like I like this belt that he's got going on. It's like a dinner plate. That's a good look. Here's another. We got a lot of Jabba the Hutt type concept art here. This could be a look here if you want to have a more human element to the face. You do something like this. This could be good. Get a fat person in there.
It's like a sleeping bag.
It does look like a sleeping bag. And some white trash kind of Princess Leia look. You want to do a little bit more of a white trash goth kind of look, like someone who's been to a Deftones concert at least once.
This is a gut off.
Yeah. Letting you know I like Star Wars, but I've listened to Deftones album. That's the look there.
Deftones have had some like weird resurgence since I don't know. It's like very popular on TikTok.
We're witnessing the nostalgia tours of all these bands. I saw Incubus is playing Madison Square Garden, and like
and just like shoegaze in general. There's a lot of
shoegaze ain't bad.
Like shoegaze, which is cool. I don't mind that.
Cool. I think that's still
and Slow Dive and
the shoegaze is stood the test. Well, Slow Dive is kind of a little shitty. There's other ones. There's Slow Dive's okay. I think there's lame people who like Slow Dive. I think that's all I can think of. But here we go. This is like a minimalistic C-3PO outfit here. You got like a penny from gym class on and some duct tape that you've painted. It's kind of a cool look. I kind of like it. This is a different take on R2-D2 right here. I feel like you kind of want some genitalia sticking out at the bottom. That's the only thing I think they're missing. You kind of want a little bit of a peek underneath the hood there. Here we go. This is a good Yoda take. This reminds me of Star Trek. The Ferengi. This lady looks like a Ferengi. This might be what they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
She looks like Quark from Star Trek. If you know, you know.
Are those real Cinnabons or like some plastic shit?
I don't know what they're trying to do with the concept art here or a screen test, but it does kind of look like Cinnabons. I see what you're saying. This is like a gender bender. This is like a gender bender type idea with Princess Leia, which, we're living in those times where why can't Princess Leia be a guy, right? Why can't it be a fat drunk guy?
I made the argument that, women are pretty sexist because you don't see a lot of plus size male models walking around or being thrown in fucking the monster section of the Gap.
Right. That's definitely true.
You got some like fucking what's that? Who's the villain from Little Mermaid? Ursula.
Yeah. Yeah. Why wasn't it Philip Seymour Hoffman? Right. Dig him up. Put him in there. Get him in. Here's a gender bender C-3PO, which I think works, and a gender bender Princess Leia with a guy who's got, missing teeth. That could be a cool look.
Oh yeah,
that could be a cool look. Maybe he's British. Maybe it's a British.
Wow, that's a weird crew.
Here's
is that Yoda in the back?
I think that's Yoda in the back. Yeah.
He's trying real hard.
Here's a little bit of a confusing take. This is more like a French avant-garde type take to what's going on here. But this is like a French avant-garde style Star Wars here.
So that is definitely a garbage bucket.
Yeah. But that's like, that's a cool thing, man. Think about like Buckethead. This is like a Buckethead take. Right?
Buckethead.
You might as well be.
Oh my god, that like fucking lame ass prog rock guitar player that was in that horrible Guns N' Roses fucking reboot.
Was he? I only know him from being a guitar player. I don't know what he was in.
It was like Buckethead, Axl Rose with cornrows.
Okay.
So I guess he was Axl Cornrows. I don't know. Can we show that clip or we'll get in trouble? I mean, it is fucking freaky. And then the rest of the band are just like studio musicians.
Yeah,
I think it was for MTV award thing, and they thought like this is going to be huge. Like this is this is a big draw.
Yeah,
people can't. They've been missing having Guns N' Roses so bad. Like this is gonna just hold them over.
Now here's like an ensemble type look here.
What is that, Slimer on the bottom right?
I think I don't know who that is. It might be the guy from Hellraiser.
And I guess the bottom left is Splinter.
It looks like you got Splinter, a ninja,
or like a Mortal Kombat character. I feel like
this could be something where
on what the fuck they're trying to do.
Disney is trying to interject some kind of other ideas, like a ninja
garbage
thing.
Can for R2D2, or it's just like empty.
I think that's a concept art where it's like maybe let's make them a little bit more like a trash can.
You know what? I mean, they easily could have just like cut 4 holes in the sides and one in the middle, and just put somebody in there, and it would have been fine.
Well, they might. I mean, let's make this clear. This is not a joke. This is pure Disney screen test. This is what you're getting from Disney. So, this is here you go. This is an actor audition for a new Han Solo, and I think this is a cool choice. This guy, to me, like this is a cool looking guy. This is epitome of cool. Let's get a Han Solo that looks like a lot of the fans, right? I honestly, I only hope that when he goes out in the sunlight, that his sunglasses turn to, his glasses turn to sunglasses.
He looks weirdly
transition lenses,
photoshopped. Like all the edges are very strange and smeared.
There's some weird edges. Like it looks like they're trying to sharpen his face. You have
that like blur
right here,
that blur paintbrush function
right here. That edge.
I feel like they went to town with the left side and head of their body. Maybe because they're cutting off like 100 pounds of weight that you can't see anymore.
I have to say though, that gun is movie realistic right there.
Yeah, the gun's looking good.
Gun's good. I think that's why he's putting it forward.
They left the gun alone.
This is a concept for a Death Star thing here, where maybe you want to have a human element to the Death Star, something like that. Have some more Van shoes at the bottom.
Okay, this looks like a science project or something.
A little bit like, yeah. I mean, it's concept art. So, and then here's kind of like
his expression is like, I feel like I'm pulling this off.
Yeah, and then here's the Chewbacca, but the main thing I think you want to look at
pants and shoes, man. That motherfucker is a straight up dirt
yeah,
grub.
He did. Yeah, well, hey, it's a concept art.
He's like out of the Charlie Kelly school of.
Yeah.
This is not that bad.
This is actually pretty good. But I think you want to look at here.
But this kitchen is like very busy. They got way too much shit hanging all over the place.
Maybe a little too much pans, but I think you want to look at. Let's keep your onions out.
What is that
onion out?
Hanger shit. It looks stupid as fuck.
That's good though, man. You should have your onion out. You should have a banana.
I know,
out.
But do you need them hanging in space like that? Just put them on a fucking table.
That's kind of the sci-fi element to this photo here. You want to have some sort of like.
Yeah, we need the guy with the laser gun.
It's suspended in gravity.
The wicker baskets.
It's like it's suspended in gravity, man.
And then there's this conversation happening in the background, probably near like a bathroom.
Oh yeah. It looks like this guy is trying to hit on this girl.
Person with I don't know what they're holding. It looks like it glows in the dark.
Oh man, I almost kind of can come up with what the costume is here. I mean, I'm thinking they're trying to do like potentially like a Lando Calrissian type concept art in the background there. I'm not sure. That could be what they're trying to do. I don't know what Disney's up to here. This is exclusive breaking news. These are screen tests from. This is not a joke. Absolutely not a joke. But yeah, I just want to get that.
Have you seen a lot of Jar Jar stuff? Because it seems like he's just forgotten.
Hey, you don't see any Jar Jar screen tests. You know, he should be a character that should be brought
back. Probably because if you don't do that correctly, you're going to end up looking real racist.
I say bring him back. I think everyone would be fine with that.
He's like a combination of a platypus and blackface.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's definitely a racist. It's definitely a racist type of character. And speaking of bad characters, Madam Web is coming up. Madam Web. Look at this percentage here. Look at this percentage. 13%. Sitting at a nice 13%. Another low expectation movie from Sony, Marvel, the Spider-Man universe.
The audience score is 56%. I doubt it.
I'm shocked at that. Yeah, and
maybe
also
this brought in a bunch of special needs kids for one big viewing.
Yeah, maybe this is another. Yeah, I could explain something there. This is another Spider-Man universe movie that has no Spider-Man in it. It's like I don't get. Oh, this is just such an obvious. We need to keep the IP. Because Sony needs to make movies to keep the IP. This is exactly what this is. It's like this is just pretending to be a Spider-Man movie, just sort of to keep the IP. And this looked to be another like girl boss type movie with post Marvels. I don't think the Marvels helped this movie at all. I think like the Marvels has only hurt anything that's like female focused superhero. I think it's like just been like that's been cancer to that kind of genre movie.
You keep talking about girl boss stuff. Is there like what was the inception of that? Like where did it start?
I mean, I would say the inception of it that really started to annoy people was probably Rey Skywalker, and then probably the most recent that's been the most annoying has been the Rings of Power. That's like the complete girl boss. Like she kills a cave troll in 2 seconds in the first.
Oh, well, we haven't used that clip in a while.
It's true. I'm sure I have it.
I thought you were gonna say Rachel Zegler.
She's kind of like a girl boss. I haven't seen her in
whiny fuck, you know.
I mean, I haven't seen her in things to tell you the truth, but yeah.
I saw her in.
These are daggers dropped by my men that were slaughtered by an ice troll in the second age. But I do not like to talk of such things. And for you, Legolas, this is a new bow, so that you may kill a troll as quickly as I did, in under 10 seconds. And for Samwise Gamgee, rope forged from the hair of an ice troll that I killed many years ago. And for Frodo, the bottled tears of an ice troll. Did I mention I killed an ice troll many years ago? In under 10 seconds? Fare thee well, my friends, and may these gifts forged from the body of an ice troll that I killed many years ago in the second age in under 10 seconds. Fare you well on your journey.
There you go.
It's weird. I feel like Kate Blanchett, I've only seen her kind of like older, you know? I haven't seen a lot of movies
I don't know, man.
Being young. Because I feel like
she's kind of young in Life Aquatic.
She's Australian, right?
In Life Aquatic, she's kind of young.
No.
Yeah, she's pregnant. She's not like old. She's able to have a kid.
No, I'm talking about like. No, I'm talking about like.
She's in her 30s.
I saw her in this fish movie where her and the guy who played the main elf guy, Elrond, and Mr. Smith from
Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, they're brother and sister, and they're heroin addicts. And that movie is good, but that's the earliest thing I ever saw her in. I'm sure she's got stuff, and she didn't look very young in that movie either.
Yeah. She might not, man. She might have been a little bit of a late bloomer. Who's not a late bloomer? So she could be. And yeah, Madam Web hitting a record low for Sony Spider-Man movies, and yes, that's even worse than Morbius. This is sad state of affair.
In the title. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, it's in the title. Madam Web box office struggles in an open weekend, hitting a new low for the Sony Spider-Man universe, including the notorious flop Morbius. Morbius did better and definitely is going to rake more money in. I think maybe Jared Leto might be also a bigger star.
Did you see Morbius?
No, I never saw it. I mean,
I remember honestly, seeing the trailers non-fucking stop. And whenever they do that, it's like, okay, it's they know they've got a massive piece of shit on their hands and they're just trying to market the hell out of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Last time I saw that motherfucker in anything, he was wearing some like giant Furby costume.
When I see like a 13% like on Rotten Tomatoes, like Morbius, like Madam Web, it makes me interested. That's all I'll say. It's like I get interested at that point.
Yeah, because you never know. It could be like funny bad, where it's horrible yet entertaining.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. This is I'm hearing stuff like that. This is kind of like The Room of superhero movies.
The Room,
like so, yeah, like the Tommy Wiseau of The Room.
Must be horrible and unrealistic.
Well, no. I heard it's just like it's the script. I mean, I actually, honestly, I don't think Dakota Johnson's bad. I think she's actually pretty good.
I don't know. I think she sucks.
I guess so. I think she's very.
I don't like her. I thought she always just felt like a kind of like cold,
like a grounded,
boring bitch.
Person. She is boring. She's more of a grounded.
I never found her that attractive.
Boring role doesn't work with this. I think she's attractive.
Parents are it's Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson.
Yeah,
it's weird because I'm watching a rerun of Knives Out right now on AMC. Don Johnson's in there.
Don Johnson's in it. I've never seen it. I don't watch that. The Rian Johnson.
It sucks.
The Star Wars. Yeah. I can't watch any of his movies. I just can't do it anymore. Like, I'm not gonna ever watch one of his movies. There you go.
Well, this is the mercy of
cable TV.
Of cable television. You end up with shit on in the background, and
I won't be. I will make sure I will never be at that mercy.
I'll give it credit for two things. Ana de Armas is in a lot of it, and the younger girl, I don't know what the fuck her name is. Her character's name is Meg, but she's pretty hot. I think she's British. She's in this TV show where she kills herself and leaves like a bunch of cassette tapes or some shit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look at this. Madam Web, it had a 6-day weekend opening because they started on Wednesday. So it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they had Monday because of President's Day, and they only made $26 million. That was their.
You know what I'm confused about is like I thought Bob Marley would have been rolling in pussy, but all the people that I've seen in the trailers and clips look like some slobbo uggo motherfuckers, man. Like,
yeah, if you could look up his wife, she was kind of a slobbo uggo. There's some truth to that. Yeah, I guess he had integrity. I guess that's part of it.
Yeah.
But by the way, that this
probably
is
where he got shot.
The actual weekend money for Madam Web, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, was only $13 million. $13 million, and everyone was expecting this movie to be like a shitty $31 million opening. Like, no, it's less than half of that. It's less than half of what everyone thought, which is fucking bad, man. It's incredible. Like, that is like I didn't think this movie would be that bad money wise, but it kind of has hit it. And there's a lot of criticisms that are gone here. Got some criticisms, things that went wrong. Apparently, like, there's some really awful dialogue, and I would only expect it from some of these actresses here. I mean, Sydney Sweeney, I can't imagine being good at delivering a line.
The motherfucker on the left, she's in that Ghostbusters reboot, right?
Yeah, and I mean the one on the left, I think left or the right here.
She's also in that freaky movie I was talking about last stream.
Oh, okay. See, so
she's
Sweeney,
like the female Jonathan Majors,
right?
Hopefully, she's not chasing some white guy down the street.
Joker?
I doubt it.
Sydney Sweeney, I think, could only deliver a cum shot. I think that's all about the only thing she could deliver.
I mean, she is. She might be like, I don't know, a
retard.
Like somebody, like somebody like you can't give dialogue to and try and figure out how to still have them in the movie, you know?
Yeah, Alexander Daddario type syndrome there.
Well,
you want to put her in stuff.
Daddario had that. What was that TV show. Actually, they're both
White
in
Lotus.
it. Fuck.
White Lotus.
Yeah,
right?
they're both in that shit.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, there's a sequence where Sydney Sweeney and her like friend are talking shit on Alexandra Daddario, and then she takes her clothes off and walks into the pool. And like, wow, bitch, you're even more stacked than I am.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Nice. A bland, uninteresting story, even though Sydney Sweeney's in it. I mean, this is one of those movies I'd actually probably watch just to see. Like, is it that bad going to the movie theater to watch some hot girls run away? That ain't bad.
I don't think it's gonna be a muted classic.
This might be music. Honestly, this might be a muted classic.
No, I don't want to see fucking Dakota Johnson run around with her shitty ass heat.
The other, like this Spanish girl, the black girl, even Dakota Johnson. No one here looks bad on the eyes. I'll say.
No, this is not. This is not what a muted classic qualifies for.
This Ezekiel Sims is a terrible villain, and by the way, he kind of just looks like Spider-Man. Like this is almost like downplaying Spider-Man. You know, like you're making us. This is like kind of like making fun of Spider-Man and making him the villain, which is a weird idea in a Spider-Man universe that you're trying to get people to like it because of Spider-Man. This is a very weird idea. Very weird idea.
Yeah, it just seems like a Spider-Man ripoff fighting a Spider-Man ripoff behind a Calvin Klein ad.
Yeah, and then where are the Spider-Women? Yeah, apparently I know these are superheroes. They're like somehow connected to the Spider-Man.
She's wearing a mask, yet her hair is that exposed.
Good question.
That doesn't
either way,
make any sense. Like,
I think this is like 5 minutes of the movie, so I don't think this really goes too far. I think this costume is like a kind of a joke.
I don't know. The physics are not making sense here.
No, again, frustrating Spider-Man connections, which is kind of the case with all these things.
What's of the
like Venom, all this shit, botched CGI. It's not looking good. Not looking good for old Madam Web there. And I saw this tweet and I was like, this is a good tweet. This is funny. Sony probably should have made Morbius the sequel instead, which sounds about right. Marvel's Madam Web is a class of her own, a web disaster, if we're being honest. A weekend of view of just $13 million. $24 million over 6 days. This is fucking terrible. It's incredible.
Back to like having, like in the 70s, 80s, where half the things made were like borderline softcore porn, but these Zillennials
that would probably help this, man.
Can't handle a sex scene to save their lives, so that's completely fucking dead.
Well, then also, like, apparently these like Gen Z people, they don't even want to see sex
scenes.
They're offended. They're offended by sex scenes. The Gen Z people, they like think it's offensive to have it in movies. Like, I can't even like comprehend that. Like, I've only been into that, but also like to have a story that's not based on any kind of romance, I think is kind of stupid too. I forget what filmmaker said it, but said like everything's a romance in a movie. Like it should always be the case.
We're living like in the most, technological advanced time, and they're seeking out ways to repress themselves.
Yeah, it feels like it.
It reminds me of like in the Seventh Seal, where like these people are walking around and just whipping themselves over the back.
Yeah, they're like flogging
just
themselves,
gluttons for public punishment for no reason because they like get off on it.
Yeah, I mean it's terrible, man. That I think they really downplay the idea of romance in general. Like it's something that it can work in a lot of movies. I mean, sometimes it's overdone, or forced. But like, I mean, I was watching like The Hobbit,
having
like The Hobbit,
breathe in your mouth to cool down food.
Or The Hobbit, where you're making this weird love triangle between like the girl from Lost, a dwarf, and Legolas, which is a very weird love triangle that was going on in that movie. Like,
I don't remember. Was there a moment where Legolas and that guy interact?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, why was Legolas even in that shit? I thought he was like way before all that.
I mean, historically, he would have been around, but I don't.
I know. It just felt like they forced his ass in.
Yeah, they did. They forced him in. Yeah. I mean, his forcing in makes sense though a little bit. Like, You know, like,
just so he could jump over a bunch of bricks.
Well, it's just the dwarves.
Remember that sequence where like the bridge is falling apart and he's like jumping on all the bricks and then
stupid.
Yeah, like I was gonna say like one of the worst parts of the last of the trilogy was him like flying around on those elephants and stuff. It just the CGI did not
never liked
look
it too
that
much.
clean.
No,
it reminded me of like the early Harry Potter on the broom shit where
it was
you look like an elastic band.
Yeah, we're talking early 2000s, so they did what they could. But yeah, it was a little. I mean, like there was parts of the Gimli comedy stuff too that I didn't really like, but like looking at it now, it's not bad. It was
that's what I'm looking for.
We're talking a couple seconds.
Comedy.
It wasn't like a big deal. But yeah, Mirkwood elves capture the dwarves and Bilbo. So, and Legolas is a Mirkwood elf. So it makes sense, but it was just stupid. It was just a stupid idea. And then here's another stupid thing: is this is something that Dakota Johnson admitted. By the way, she fired her agent after they put out this trailer. Like the moment they put out this trailer, she fired her agent. So that kind of should tell you something. I think the Marvels really hurt this one too. But here's what she said. They asked her if she would see Madam Web, and she says, "I don't know when I'll see it. Someday." So she still actually hasn't watched this movie.
No, she's like Johnny Depp, where she can't watch her stuff on film.
I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing this is the room of superheroes.
You don't think they're on the same level? I mean,
I'm not thinking so. And if you never see Spider-Man in a movie like this, then why really go see it? I think Spider-Man would have been kind of the draw, but I think they don't really want to connect it. I don't know. It's like maybe Marvel doesn't want this to happen. I'm sure Marvel does not like this. Like this is connected to Marvel somewhat, but it's weird, man.
Dakota just sees the transaction into her bank account.
Oh yeah. She had a good payday, I'm sure, from this. But
she sees her ticket to Cabo, whatever the fuck.
Those paydays might be running out. I mean, like I don't see why you would cast her much more. Sydney Sweeney, I think, can do no wrong just because she's just there to look hot. But this will hurt Dakota Johnson.
You can do wrong when you're completely covered up the whole time.
Yeah, but this will. Yeah, but that's kind of like
you don't want her in a role where she's completely covered up and relying on her acting skills. That is not the way to go. Like her agent should be fucking
the way to go.
Tarred and feathered in a public square for doing that shit.
No, yeah, exactly. That's not.
We need to bring that back.
Tar and feathering. Yeah,
that's how. Like, we need to put the fear of God back on these politicians. Like they could get beheaded in a. It's fucked up, but like people used to bring like their kids and put down like a picnic basket and watch a bunch of people get murdered, and that's like a fun day out.
That was a fun day. Yeah, that's what you wanted, man.
Like watching like a couple motherfuckers get guillotined or like stretched apart or like.
Dude, the last guillotine was in
You bring the whole family, bring a 4-course meal, and just chill out.
The last guillotine, that beheading, I think was in the 70s in France. It wasn't even that long ago.
No. Don't
look it up.
Like during a peak, all that Muslim stuff, we were getting beheading videos.
I'm talking like our modern Western world. That's some fucking, all right. Yeah, our last guillotine beheading in France was 1977.
No, I have
I'm not talking our fucking crazy Muslim shit. Like,
my computer class in high school, and of like this American captive getting beheaded video circulating.
I remember that. That was a big deal. That was a big deal.
That and what the fuck? Halo coming out.
Yeah, and Halo and Undead Tournament.
Unreal.
Unreal. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, basically my computer class was 90% Unreal Tournament and 10% actual curriculum.
Yeah, I remember in my computer class, we had some nerds that got around the firewall. Like in the high school, there's a firewall where you can't go to certain sites. This kid got around the firewall and he shared it to our whole computer science class. So we had a way to get around it. So everyone was like looking at porn and all that shit. Everyone's like fucking around. And then the cops come into our class and make us line up. And we all had to it was like anyone who had it was like a VPN thing. Anyone had the VPN open onto the certain network where we had all access. Everyone got in trouble. I got in school suspension. I forget what kid did it, but it was just the funniest thing in the world where these cops lined up the biggest fucking nerds in the world. I'm talking fat kids and kids with snot hanging out of their nose. It was just the funniest lineup I'm sure these cops ever saw. Outside of a class, we were in a hallway lined up, and it was just ridiculous. That they're lining up these nerds.
A couple times. I don't remember.
And I think they were all crying. They were crying. It was yeah, but funny experience there.
Yeah, I got caught 1 or 2 times, and one of them I was with Jalen Heyman, who
I was logged in, so I got caught. But,
she was a dirty motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
She was kind of hot though, in a kind of
I don't know about
dark, slutty way.
You sure about that? I think you gotta investigate. We gotta investigate that. We gotta investigate Lovett's here. Investigate 311.
I'm just happy everyone got to see me. What the
Investigate 311.
Losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits.
There we go. I had to get the Lovett's clip in there. I haven't had that in.
I like them back to back like that.
That was a good clip. Yeah, I thought so too. I agree.
But yeah, I look forward to that computer course every day because I would just play Shining Force, which was a sort of ripoff of Final Fantasy and combined with Zelda. And then also I sat next to Amanda Lee Bryant, who had double D's.
Oh yeah.
With I don't know, she kind of that Winona Ryder pixie kind of haircut.
Yeah, she was always she did.
Which I don't know, I wasn't really that into it, but she definitely could pull it off. I mean, obviously I wasn't really looking at her hair.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what happened to her. That's an interesting one there. I have no clue what happened.
I remember Gabeoff, he had that jackass.
Yeah, I saw her tits. Yeah. And he got in trouble for it.
And somebody else flashed her, did some nudity stuff in it. And I remember he got caught selling the tapes.
That was child porn.
Fucked up shit. Where he was basically selling softcore porn.
That are under 18. From child porn.
Campus to everybody.
Yeah, that's some legal shit right there.
I was in that for a little bit. There was a sequence that got cut out where we lit a mattress on fire and then jumped off my roof.
Jeez, some dumb shit. Speaking of dumb shit,
horrible. We legitimately almost burnt my house down because it was way too close to the right side. Where I had my basketball hoop. It was right behind that, right next to the siding in the house, and burnt all the siding. Oh, so he was not allowed.
Back over ever again.
After that.
Well, here's some new news. Henry Cavill might be joining the MCU. After getting let go from DC, there's all this talk about him joining the MCU.
Yeah, he's a big wower, or at least was a big wower.
He was a big wower. Maybe he is still. I don't know. I mean, he's into Warhammer. He's doing that Warhammer show.
He did The Witcher.
He's into it,
right?
Yeah, no. And then he quit Witcher because they didn't want to do the actual lore. So he's a big. He's kind of like a big nerd.
But he's a nerd with integrity, Or
and it's I don't know. It's funny though. It's
morals.
He's not good though. I have this I like him as a person, but I feel like he has been in a lot of shit. I can't really give him my approval. I think he's kind of bad.
He's some ultra Chad kind of
he's like a himbo
person.
Yeah.
The not Captain Marvel, the Captain American guy.
Yeah, well, I think that guy's even more douchey. This guy, I think, that guy doesn't have anything in his personal life. He's kind of a douche. He's like a big like climate change guy. Like, he's awful. He's awful. But I like Henry Cavill as far as his personality. It seems like it's a real person, as far as I know. I mean, and the thing about this is, even though the MCU has been complete shit and has been pretty much diminished to, to the ground here, I think people are still, probably happy about someone like him joining. I think there's some happiness going on with that, but I think there's speculation on it. There's a lot of rumors going around. There's rumors that he signed a deal with Marvel. That's the thing. Here's this here. Apparently, he signed a deal with Marvel. There's a lot of people talking about him signing as Captain Britain. That's kind of like the Captain America, but the British. Obviously, yeah, it makes sense, right? There's like a Marvel character called Captain Britain, who's the same thing pretty much as Captain America, but the British version. So that was there. That could be the case. I don't know. There's also stuff talking about how he might be Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four, because that movie is happening. That's happening with Pedro Pascal and the girl from Napoleon, who I do like. I think she's really good. She's the better looking version of Emma Stone. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about here. You know what I'm talking about with the Napoleon movie? What's her name? What's her name? Vanessa Kirby. Vanessa Kirby is the actress who's going to play Sue Storm. I think that was like a good pick. I think she's a good choice for all
Vanessa
that.
Kirby, I feel like the last time I saw her was like a Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Yep. She's from that too. She was in the Napoleon movie as like a cold bitch. But, yeah, she was good in it.
I didn't see that. I live vicariously through you.
Yeah, I wouldn't go watch that. There's other things though.
You're not watching anything, and I get the.
Go watch One Piece. That's what you should watch. You should watch. You'll probably like One Piece.
The girl in that is pretty cute though.
The girl's good.
I don't know her name. Hopefully she's in.
Yeah, I don't know her name either. I just hope One Piece kind of keeps staying good. Then it would be kind of cool. It'd be nice if that like became like a big thing, just because it's good.
They got to make it 2 to 3 piece.
Oh, I see what you did there. But yeah, there's talk of him playing Doctor Doom, which would be a big villain right there. And there's this guy. His name is My Time to Shine.
The Fantastic Four.
He's a big old Marvel villain, and so that kind of plays into Fantastic Four and some other ones. I think.
Aren't there like a bunch of Fantastic Four movies? I think Jessica Alba is Invisible Girl, and
yeah, that's who Vanessa Kirby is going to be.
And the bland white guy we're just talking about, Captain America's on that shit. Is
Chris Evans? Yeah, he's Johnny Storm.
I know him more from Not Another Teen Movie, which I don't like spoof movies, but
that one's pretty good though.
One of the better ones. Yeah,
that's probably the better one. Well, I think probably the first. What is it? The first Scream ripoff one is all right.
The first what?
Scary Movie. Actually, Scary Movie 1 and 2, and then Not Another Teen Movie. I'd put those at like the tolerable spoof movies. Well, but I like spoof. I don't know. Then there's Airplane, and Robin Hood Men in Tights that are spoof movies, and then even like Monty Python Holy Grail, that I would say are spoof movies that are really good. So there's like levels going on. I'd put Monty Python and like Airplane and Airplane 2 at like the top. Like that kind of thing. It's got to be a spoof, right? But yeah, Not Another Teen Movie. It's not a bad movie. They had that hot girl who's kind of playing a nerd like Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, we talked about a last stream where the one before that, Shiler Lee.
Okay.
And then also the like bitchy, what's her name? Jamie Presley, I think it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, she's in it. She's hot.
And then they also had this like new foreign girl character who just walks around topless
with her tits out, right? Yeah. She's trying to make fun of the American Pie girl.
Like acts like normal to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
The more like I've seen the movie like several times, and it kind of I don't want to say like gets better with every watch, but I like respect what it's trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. I get you what you're saying. All right, look at these tweets here. This is from a guy who's a rumor. This guy claims to be in the know. I don't know if that's true or not. He's claiming that apparently Henry Cavill was offered something else and accepted it. So I don't think he thinks it's not Dr. Doom or Captain Britain. It could be something else. He's saying you'll find out sooner than you think. This is probably all bullshit. This is probably some fucking fan just tweeting about this, pretending to be in the know. I would like a Captain Britain. I don't think they will do it though. I don't think that's popular enough. I don't think that'll play here in America.
Captain
Britain. Yeah. The word
that we take those motherfuckers. They tried to
take over us, right? They tried to tread on us, right? Don't tread on us. Don't tread on us.
Yeah, don't tread on me. Yeah.
Don't tread on me.
Bro. Or bra.
The word I've heard is Henry Cavill is going to appear in Deadpool as Wolverine in like a multiverse Wolverine thing. You know, they're probably going to do a joke about the multiverse and Henry Cavill will be there. That's what I've heard. And
can we do one fucking movie without the multiverse?
I mean, I could see Deadpool making fun of the multiverse in a funny way. I think you could make fun of it. I wouldn't doubt that. The Deadpool trailer, I'm sure that'll be funny. I'm sure it'll be okay. Those movies are like, okay, they're pretty funny. Nothing that I like love, but like you watch it once and laugh, you know, that kind of thing. Not a classic comedy though either.
It's no Free Guy.
No, I think Ryan. No, I think Ryan Reynolds really works in that part, and I think that's about all he really works in. Everything else, I just don't like him in. I'm not a fan of him.
You didn't see the Green Lantern?
Oh, I've seen it. No, I've seen the Green Lantern. That's incredibly bad. Shazam kind of feels like the Green Lantern. Those Shazam.
No, it's better than that shit.
But they feel like it.
Well, you need to see Shazam too.
Yeah, I kind of have to see that one.
I feel like they like realize like it's no longer a kids movie and change the whole film.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
While maintaining the same group of people. I'm not saying it's like a great movie or anything, but it's
I wouldn't doubt.
Definitely the first one I liked, entertaining and watchable, and it knows what it is. You know, it's not like trying to reinvent the wheel. It's just playing.
Yeah, the first one I liked, and I like the guy. I like the main guy. I think he's like pretty good. I kind of like him in a movie. So I didn't not like him.
Spy Show, I think.
I find him likable as an actor. I didn't dislike him.
I forget the name of the Spy Show, but like it's some really nerdy guy who finds out he's a spy, and then there's like this really hot blonde girl that is like.
I think his name is Zachary Levi. Will they, won't they? Zachary Levi or Levi? I don't know what his name is, but something Jewish, right?
Well, I feel like Levi is more Jewish than Levy. No,
I think Levy's really more Jewish. Yeah. Levi is less Jewish.
Yeah, Levy is like Eugene Levy and his gay son. Did you ever see his show, Schitt's Creek?
Yeah, it's to me it's incredibly okay. I never was like in love with it.
Better than like some of the.
Oh, I don't think it's bad. I would never say it's bad. It's pretty funny, and I think the funniest one in it is
Levy, so that on itself is good. And then
the funniest one is the son.
Videos and bit parts and stuff. I don't know. It's definitely above average.
Yeah, the son of him is funny. Like I have to say, like he is good.
He's not bad.
He's really funny, actually. He's good at that part.
He's just like so.
Everything else though is kind of like
it's almost like charming.
He's sort of like the Larry David of like a gay guy. You know what I mean? Like that's
like the place they live in is like, you know, bumfuck, whatever.
Yeah, no, I think it's
all these like high society New York acolyte motherfuckers who have lost all their money.
No, I think he is. I think he is funny. I think he is funny. I have no issue with him.
It was during like the lockdown, and I had really nothing but time to watch fucking all this crap. Like I like revisited all this like Dawson's Creek shit, which is like a teen show from like the early 90s with James Vanderbeek and
people know it.
Yeah, so I went to like a very dark place.
I hope people know it. I mean, I remember it. I remember I hated it. I hated that show as a kid. Dawson's Creek. I hated it.
Why? Dawson's like a huge film buff. He's trying to make movies.
He's a douche, though. I don't know. I always thought he was a douche. I don't know. I never liked that movie.
Nerd, where it's like this motherfucker would never be into this shit. This is so stupid and fake. But then, like Michelle, whatever her name is, the woman who
Williams.
Yeah, she moves in and like everybody's trying to fuck her.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Oh God.
Well, speaking of everyone getting fucked, Henry Cavill, look at his box office.
I thought you were talking about Matt Adam Webb still.
I'd like to fuck all of them, but
no,
Henry Cavill's.
I'm not into Dakota Johnson, man. She seems like boring.
You would like if Dakota Johnson came up to you and been like, "Hey, let's bang," you would say no. I don't think you would.
Like the way she looks, she's just like her vibe is like she's like a dead fish, you know.
Yeah, I get it in a movie, but I'm sure I wouldn't say no. I feel the same way about Rachel Zegler. Like, there's something about Rachel Zegler that I would.
You know, she actually
I'd bang the shit out of Rachel Zegler.
A lot better in
She's like a retarded looking.
When I see her in all the crap that we play through.
Yeah, like
she has a good part in it where she has like all these mythical powers, but she gives them up to have this relationship with this crippled kid.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like the ultra Make-A-Wish kind of thing.
She's got this vibe of looking like she looks like a really hot Latina that's like retarded. It's like a hot Latina that just happened to be retarded, like a little bit downsy. That's what she kind of looks like. So
well, that's the same thing.
I'm fine with it. I would I'm totally into it.
Those two twins from The Little Mermaid, their eyes are so spaced out. I don't know what's going on. Like,
no, it's because they're victims, man. They're victims, so they have
to
be like a prey
I think they're aliens. I think they're aliens.
They're prey animals.
I think
like deer, their eyes are on the side because they're prey animals. They have to have that peripheral vision because they're like looking for all the racist white men.
Yeah,
so I think
I feel bad for people.
They're prey animals at this point.
Did not live in
like Henry Cavill
and like know the areas where deer are gonna probably pop out. Because I'm
always good at that.
Like, there's certain sections you need to like brace for that shit.
In certain areas, I drive in the center of the road so I can avoid both sides.
Yeah, same. And I go like, if not the speed limit around it, because I'm just anticipating some motherfucker jarring out of the fucking darkness. Because it's happened so many times, and I've had some close calls. Like I've had I don't know if you do this where like you want to swerve in like a certain direction so you're not like cutting off where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But see, if you're like around the nurseries, like the tree nurseries, that is like prime real estate for those assholes.
Get from the pop out.
I'll be back. I gotta get some water.
Oh yeah, I wanted to go through Henry Cavill's film resume.
His highlight reel.
Kind of is not.
I might not have enough time then.
I kind of think he's not good. So I like again.
Remember,
I like him as a person
with a mustache, and they thought that the best thing to do was CGI off the mustache instead of just fucking shaving off the mustache.
Yeah, I think that's the Justice League one.
His lips look so weird. With like his lips look so fucking creepy.
Yeah, and I think he kind of also like had the writing on the wall, like they're kind of done with me anyway. So I think that's sort of why I said "fuck you" to them. But yeah, he's in some bad movies. I mean, he started off, and there's some early movies in that are obviously bad. Whatever, come on, you're gonna take what you can get. He's in a Hellraiser movie that's like embarrassingly terrible. It's got a 0%, by the way, on Rotten Tomatoes. Hellraiser, Hell World. Yeah, he's in that. I think he's got to be like in his teens, maybe 15 or something. He's really young in that. But there's some other bad movies. I mean, that's the thing. I like him as an actor. I think I like him as a person, as an sometimes as an actor. I think in The Witcher he's all right. It's like it's got to be like the right role. I just don't think he's been in great movies. Maybe it's just the role he's been given. Like the superhero movies he's been in, like Superman, just been crap. I think Superman's just been shit in those movies. So like, it's been kind of okay. I mean, I think the best movie he's been in is Man of Steel. You'll see that lands on the list here, but you know what? Also, I liked him in Stardust. I guess I just liked the movie Stardust. I thought it was kind of a cool movie that goes back a while. I'm sure no one's seen it. It's kind of been forgotten. It's what is it? That Sandman writer. Fuck, who is it? Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman wrote Stardust, and he might have had something to do with the movie. I'm not sure. I'm sure it did. Yeah, Argyle here is just awful. I'm surprised it's getting 72% audience score. That's kind of surprising. You should realize how the audience score, I think, is just manipulated like hell. Because that's an easy way. That's an easy thing to manipulate. Just have a bunch of bots. Pay for some bots. Not that hard. Justice League was fucking awful. Never heard of this movie, Sandcastle. I'm sure it's bad. Immortals? I don't know what the fuck that is. Man of Steel is actually low. Okay. I thought this movie was okay. Man from U.N.C.L.E., which I think is kind of like... I know this was a TV show, but in the 60s. I think it's kind of like a Mission Impossible type thing. Zack Snyder's Justice League is up here. Yeah, that was better than the regular Justice League, but it still wasn't that good. I think people overestimate that movie. The movie's kind of bad still. Stardust I liked. It was up here. Yeah, I liked Stardust. That was pretty good. Enola Holmes. This is that Netflix movie with Millie Bobby Brown, and I guess there's a sequel to it. Like, I'm shocked at that. Yeah, and he's also in Mission Impossible. And I think that's with we're talking about her, Vanessa Kirby. I think that's the one Vanessa Kirby's in. So yeah, that's his highest rated thing. Yeah, he's TV wise, he's in The Witcher. Witcher is good in the first season. Everything else has been kind of shit. So that's your Henry Cavill news right there. That's Henry Cavill. Join the MCU. I think you will. I think it's a good fuck you to DC. I would do it. Why not? Fuck them over. You know, fucking bullshit getting fired like that.
Bullshit artist. 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 You, sir, are a horseshit artist. I call bullshit on that. Bullshit artist.
Bullshit artist. I'm just happy everyone got to see me. What the f?
Investigate 311.
Losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits.
Oh, here you go. Last thing here. Last topic. X-Men 97. Getting slammed for being too woke. I get it. I saw the writing on the wall here, especially in that trailer. And as people started breaking it down, I was like, you know what? I see what you guys are saying. Because this is something I think I wouldn't fuck with. Like, why not just make it a direct sequel? I love this cartoon. I think so many people do. That's why you made this, Marvel. So why not just make a fucking sequel of what people like? But the first time I heard about this, we knew the showrunners were going to change some things. That's what they kind of said. People were worried. Rightfully so, because Disney has got their fucking dirty little paws all over it. You get those mouse paws, it's going to be dirty. Will X-Men 97 be similar to the 90s show? And even the showrunner here, Russ Milham, something German, Jesus. Fucking Nazi over here. Here's a quote. For me, it made sense once I met, I don't know who these people are, the creators and directors of the original series, or literally the best people you could possibly imagine. If they're so earnest and serious people, you should watch. When you watch the series, I think what we remember about is that there's such an earnestness to all the characters. Everyone's emotions are on full display. I had a hard time reading this. Everyone is sincere and is just when you meet the Lords. Okay. I see what you're saying. I think I read the wrong quote here. Here you go. I did read the wrong quote. Here's when he's talking about what we're changing. I don't know if we're going to improve would be a word I would use. I think the show is amazing in so many different ways. I think I would say is that the generation who grew up watching the show, that's us. That's me. We have grown up, have we? And the world is a very different place than what the show was when it was first made. And so it is more of a question of what does the show look like knowing what we know now? And how does it look in today's world? That's the worst thing. Like reading that quote, that's like the worst thing you could hear these days. I don't want it to be set in today's world. Fucking forget about today. We live in a bad world. Go back to the old world. I want some old world. Something where it wasn't so bad. That is where I believe my focus has been as storyteller. Yeah. I want that old world shit. You know. I want it to be a continuation of what it was, because that's what it should be. And watching the trailer for the new one, which I thought was okay. I'm gonna say I thought it was okay. It's got that guitar solo in there. Maybe I was blinded by that guitar riff, kind of thing. But this X-Men reboot has confirmed a non-binary character for the Disney Plus animated series. So that has come to be. What everyone was anticipating has come to be the woke Disney-ness. They gotta put it in there. They gotta pull it in there. And everyone's kind of saying RIP already to the X-Men 97 series. It sucks, but it does seem to be the case. They're making Morph this non-binary character. Who again, he was referred to often as a he. He obviously is a he. It's a guy. It's a guy in the first one. I don't know why they're trying to do this. This is a confusing idea. They just got to put their non-binary type thing into here because, diversity and inclusion kind of act. Get some money off it. Here you go. That's what they're talking about with the Morph character and X-Men. This is a later take on the character. It was non-binary and has an interesting buddy relationship with Wolverine. Interesting. Is that like a gay? Is that what they're saying? It's like a gay relationship or something? Is that what interesting means? The character's past with Mr. Sinister, that's the show's villain, could also come into play. Is that a gay relationship with Mr. Sinister? Is that what they're trying to refer to? Some sort of gay relationship? And then it sounds like
it looks pretty gay.
It looks pretty gay. This person, Amygdala, said it pretty nicely here. If this is going to be a sequel to the original show, then there shouldn't be different takes on anything. It should follow the original characterization. Morph should be lighthearted in what happened in the original. Yeah, I agree. This is what we wanted about. You want to have the show be like, if it's going to be a sequel, it should line up with the original, right? It should line up, have it be Morph. Like what we think of as Morph. Like what did they do to my boy here?
Look how they massacred my boy.
That's a great expression right there in the face, right?
Who's he talking about? James Cagney? Not James Cagney. James Caan?
I think so.
The scene where he's
where he's
going over like a bridge and they just shoot the shit out of him. Like he gets annihilated.
Well, also Marlon Brando's dead pretty early in the movie, so it's before that. Yep. Yeah, it's that heart attack in the tomato field.
All that. Fuck. What was it? Mafia.
Yeah, Mafia. Oh yeah, they made fun of that pretty hard. That was also kind of. It was bad.
No, it was.
I knew it was bad as a kid.
Bad, like weird, gross kind of stuff.
Like as a kid, I knew it was bad. Like even I was 10 years old, I knew this. It's like I'm like laughing at it because I'm like a dumb kid, but like I knew it was bad. Like I knew it was like I'm it's like the same thing as like I like Night of the Roxbury because I was retarded, but like I knew it was bad too. Like same thing with Mafia. But yeah, we're getting to see a non-binary character, and I don't know why you just don't want to make it like the original character, and original character, man, was kind of cool. And even that first series, like we've talked about, they like didn't pull any punches. The first fucking episode, they kill off a character. It was kind of raw. Here you go. X-Men first episode.
Yeah. The Sentinels don't fuck around.
Yeah, the Sentinels don't fuck around, man.
Come on, move it. We're missing dinner. Didn't I tell you? Clear sailing all the way.
Hey, Ken Wattsman.
I'm sending you back to Oz in pieces. Wolverine, pull back! What's wrong, Jean? It's Morph. Can't you feel it? Morph? I don't sense anything.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good, man. Get an emotional moment right there.
Yeah, that fucking arcade game.
Oh, that was a good
arcade. The 4-panel.
Oh
where like everyone plays the character all together as a
side. Simpsons.
That shit is fucking amazing.
You had the Simpsons game, you had the X-Men game, and you had
the Simpsons too. Where
the Turtles game
has like a vacuum cleaner as her weapon.
Yeah, those 3 games like ruled the arcade as far as my mind. You know,
what was
in
that
the
place
90s
where there was a movie theater and like a Perkins not Time Out. That was in the mall.
That was in the mall. Yeah. And then also, by the way, this isn't the only thing that
there. That had laser tag.
That was like outside Freehold, a little bit down on Route 9.
Oh yeah,
it was by a movie theater.
It was near the movie theater.
Yeah, it's by a Regal Cinema.
Was it a Perkins or was it an IHOP? It was one of those pancake places.
That was always like I'm not from that. That was outside my realm. I remember going there for like birthday parties, but that wasn't like the area I knew. I knew like the shitty area around here. But by the way, not even just this. Not just Morph. They got rid of Rogue's ass.
Damn that ass though.
Look at that. Look at that 90s ass and look at the the Taylor Swift ass in the 2024. The flat Earth ass.
Playing motherfucking bitch.
That's what they did, man.
Speaking of, we're talking about fuck that movie, Nightcrawler. He fucked her.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And a lot of people are saying like so much for X-Men with all this. It's funny. Like I mean, I get it. It's like this kind of ruins this, but yeah, look at the 1990s versus the 2000s, 2024 ass here. You get no ass. Pretty bad. Here is that exact photo. Here you go. This is on Reddit. This is what everyone likes. No other superhero cartoon has this iconic shot, and here's what they're referring to. You know, like, this is an iconic shot, and here is the clip. This is where it's from. You got to see where it's from, right? You got to see the context. That is it Anarchy? What's his name? What's the super villain?
It's like some Thanos adjacent shit.
I think it's Apocalypse. He was in that shitty. He was in some shitty movie. They tried to do it with that guy from
that Jewish guy from
you hate from the Coen Brothers movie. You hate
the Coen Brothers movie where he's like a Bob Dylan ripoff.
Yeah, that guy.
All right, well, I don't know.
Like all the others.
I gotta get going pretty soon, but
yeah, we're just finishing up. One more thing here.
The professor was right. You are crazy.
I'm gonna show you the sexual innuendos of Rogue, and that's about it after this. There you go. You get that ass right there. But also, here's like the sexual innuendos that she had the whole time.
You said she's a MILF. She doesn't look oldest at all.
I can't tell, man. Maybe I was confused by the gray hair.
I think I think you're basing it more off of the voice. It was probably like some 6-year-old woman.
I guess so. Here you go. Here's all the sexual innuendo, and then we'll probably end with that.
Better not breathing.
YouTube might not like
this. Come on, pretty boy. Make a girl feel welcome.
Her fingers look really thin.
Fucking animated every frame, man.
We'll have to do it again sometime.
Nothing. It wasn't perfect all the time.
Twist my arm, Storm. Come on. Let's play welcome wagon, tall, dark, and Russian. You look a little on the weary side, honey. Been a long...
Storm's looking built.
It was, till you showed up.
Ooh,
Halle Berry was a great casting decision for that.
Yeah, she was. She was.
Cold
I agree with that.
Oh, I'm the only woman here.
Yeah. Therefore, would you be kind enough to accept something more appropriate to wear during your stay?
What is this monk?
I remember this episode too.
Ow, tight fit.
Yeah, and that's about it for tonight, man. But yeah, Rogue was hot, and then they got rid of that, so that's disappointing.
You know what really like kind of fucked me up was Aeon Flux.
I never saw that.
I mean, it was on MTV all the time.
Yeah, I don't think I really watched it too much.
And
kind of felt like a Ghost in the Shell kind of rip-offy kind of thing going on with it.
Yeah, it was, but in like some
that's the vibe I got from it.
Dystopian future.
Yeah.
Did you see the Scarlett Johansson reboot of that?
No, I'm sure it's. No, I didn't see it. How was it?
I only saw bits and pieces, but it looks very weird.
It does kind of look weird. It's weird having a white person in it because I always thought.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the reason why it felt so weird.
But she's
Scarlett Johansson at the time was like,
white,
put her in fucking anything and it would sell.
Don't you think like all anime characters kind of look white anyway though? So it's like weird because they all kind of have white features. You know, like they don't look Japanese anime characters. They look white. They're always like white with like blonde hair. You know, like. So I kind of get it. I don't know. It's not a bad casting choice. But yeah, we're Wizard_Shack on Twitter. You can find
Check
us
out our
on,
Discord.
Humble. Yeah, we're not active on our Discord, but it is there.
But other people are.
There. One person is. And I don't even know if he is anymore. He might be.
They're active enough for the two of us combined.
Yeah. But I'll see you, Lovitz. Have a good one, guys.